Chosen one, listen carefully. What you are about to hear will tear apart everything you thought you understood about your life. 9 days ago, you did something that lasted exactly 7 seconds. A music 7 seconds so small, so ordinary that you likely dismissed them without a second thought. You probably cannot even recall the exact moment, but in realms of music, beyond this world, where time does not move the way it does here, where every human choice is seen, music measured, and recorded, something occurred that had not happened for 2,000 years. God screamed. He did not whisper music in approval. He was not gently moved. He did not sit back smiling from his throne. He screamed a cry so shocking, so violently unexpected, so rare within the heavenly order that even the angels froze. Angels music, who witnessed galaxies ignite, who saw civilizations rise and fall, were left motionless, because even they never imagined this moment would come. And as you hear this now, your mind is probably resisting. Music, you are thinking, this must be meant for someone else. Someone brave, someone celebrated. Music, someone who saved lives or performed great acts that made music headlines. But that belief is about to be shattered with the same force that this scream tore through every spiritual music dimension. Because this message found you for a reason. Trarha music, Torhar, and what just awakened is already moving toward you. It wasn't a heroic deed that shook heaven. It was your unplanned music kindness. The reflex that rose from you before thought, before caution, music before self-interest. You didn't pause to weigh outcomes or measure worth, and that is rarer than any public sacrifice. What you dismissed music, as small, carried a purity most people never touch. A power so quiet it hides even high music from the one who holds it. Stay with this truth, because what happened in those 7 seconds was not random. It revealed something about who you are. Why heaven music did not merely observe, but reacted. Why even angels, ancient music, witnesses of wonders beyond human memory, fell silent music, when they saw the raw honesty of what moved through you. There is a difference few ever face. Calculated goodness moves through the mind. It music weighs, plans, protects the self. It is real, and it is honored. But it is filtered. Spontaneous goodness moves through identity. It rises before thought. It flows because it must. Music, like the woman who touched the hem of his garment without permission or plan, because her body knew what her mind could not yet explain. He felt power go out from him. That is what happens when purity moves without strategy. Heaven sees millions of measured acts each day. They are recorded. They are balanced, but they do not rupture the silence. Uncalculated kindness does something else. It reveals music nature. It proves alignment. It shows a heart acting before reward music is imagined. And when that happens, it does not touch divine order. It touches divine joy. That is why this reached you. Not to soothe you, but to awaken music you. Because kindness like yours is not learned. It is remembered. Before we move forward, pause. If something is stirring inside you, if these words are touching places you rarely name, let music, that awareness, stand. This is not background noise. This is a moment asking to music, be received with intention. What is reaching you now is meant to awaken recognition, not reaction. You are not music here by chance. You are here because something within you is already responding. This is not content. Trorha music. Tors, this is confirmation, alignment, a signal meant for those who have been quietly preparing for deeper growth, deeper restoration, and a truer expression of who they are becoming. When divine joy reaches a level it cannot contain, it becomes a scream that reshapes priorities across heaven. Because spontaneity cannot be imitated. there is no rehearsal, no calculation. Either kindness is music your nature, or it is not. And in those 7 seconds, it was revealed that your nature moves in automatic music generosity. That scream carried an urgent command through every spiritual realm. This one has proven their purity is not performance, but essence. Chorta music or guard them, cover them. Act now and you must see it too. What you did 9 days ago was not small. It was a marker. A moment that unveiled the authority your natural kindness holds over realities beyond physical sight. You were moving through your day with a mind already full. God knows how full. Debts that steal your sleep. A loneliness you hide, because everyone assumes you are strong. The quiet weight of a world that keeps demanding more while offering less. You were carrying all of that when something crossed your path. Music, it wasn't dramatic, no audience, no spotlight. Music, just a need most people missed. Someone struggling quietly, someone overlooked. The details matter less than the truth they revealed before thought could intervene. Music before fear or logic could speak. You moved. Help rose from you instinctively. You didn't measure worth. You didn't ask what you would gain. You didn't check who was watching. You saw need and generosity answered. 7 music seconds, that is all it took for your soul to act before the mind could interfere. Maybe it felt small. A few coins, a lifted burden, a sincere smile when you yourself were tired and worn. But heaven was not watching the size of the act. Heaven was watching the source. It was the purity that mattered. Music, kindness without negotiation, compassion without delay. Like fragrance, a music, released by a flower simply because it exists. Truly, I tell music you. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. When it was confirmed that your reflex music to suffering is generosity, not indifference. Something shifted beyond what eyes can see. Souls like this are rare in a fractured world, and when they appear, heaven responds music, without hesitation. That is why there was a scream, not emotion without control, but a command, a declaration that crossed realms and reordered attention. Because what was revealed in you could not be ignored. Across all recorded encounters between heaven and humanity. Music, there are only 4 moments when silence broke completely. 4 times when what unfolded on earth demanded an immediate, forceful response that echoed through every realm. These were not metaphors. They were turning points so weighty that restraint was impossible. The first was on Mount Moriah. Abraham raised the knife, surrendering what he loved most. Obedience reached its edge and heaven intervened. A voice like thunder stopped his hand and sealed a covenant that would outlive generations. Life was preserved, destiny was redirected. The second came at Sinai. Law was not whispered into history. Music tore, it descended with power. The mountain trembled. The people shook. Scripture says the voice was so overwhelming they begged not to hear it again. That moment carved order into chaos, and shaped civilizations yet unborn. The third was at the cross when Jesus cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Creation responded. The veil was torn from top music to bottom. Separation ended. Access was opened. What was broken was restored at its root. And the fourth did not happen on a mountain or a cross. It happened 9 days ago through you. Through 7 unplanned seconds of kindness you, music, barely noticed. Do you see the pattern now? Obedience, law, redemption. Music, and then this proof that purity still lives in human hearts. What heaven recognized music in you was not effort, but nature, kindness untouched by calculation. Generosity that moved before fear or self-interest. Could music speak? In an age where indifference is normal and compassion is mocked, such purity is rare enough to demand urgency. The decree was clear across every music realm. This one has not been corrupted. Their goodness is not performance, it is essence. Guard what is rare, protect what is true. Act now. CTA 1. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description, or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. Before I say anything else, thank you. Every like, every share, every music small gesture of support carries more weight than you may realize. It is because music of you that this message continues to reach the people who need it most. If you feel led, music, take a moment to like this video, helping this word travel even farther. Music, and consider subscribing and staying connected, not just to a channel, but to a growing community. As we are moving toward 5,000 subscribers, your presence helps ensure these messages keep reaching the hearts they are meant for. I would also love for you to go to the comments and share your city and where you are listening from. Music, and if it resonates with you, take a moment to write 999 or 777 as a quiet declaration of agreement and openness to what God is doing. Thank you. Amen. The scream from heaven was not the only response. There were witnesses, ancient ones, beings who have watched humanity since music, before cities had names, angels who have seen empires rise, faith burn bright, and cruelty repeat itself, music across generations. Nothing about human behavior is new to them, or so they music believed. They know the patterns. When a person burdened by their own problems encounters music another in need, angels expect indifference, sick music, survival first, or at best, hesitation. That familiar pause music, where the mind calculates cost, reward, appearance. They have seen music, that moment, millions of times. It is predictable. But when they watched you, expectation collapsed. There was no pause, no inner debate. Music, your body moved before thought could interfere. Need appeared, and generosity music answered as if helping were as instinctive as breathing. Angels froze. What they saw music did not fit their records. Kindness this pure appears once in a decade, if to music that, and it appeared in you. Then there was another witness. One who never misses music a flaw, the accuser. The voice that spoke against Job, the one who stood to condemn Joshua the high priest. His purpose has always been accusation. Music, he never runs out of words until now. When heaven responded to your act, music, he searched for motive and found none. No audience, no delay, no expectation, no obligation. History itself and music testified against him, and for the first time, the accuser fell silent. That silence music mattered, because when accusation fails, alignment is confirmed, not perfection, but essence. God's scream music declared urgency. Angels' shock declared rarity. Lucifer's silence declared authenticity. Music, three witnesses, one truth. And that convergence did not observe your destiny. Music, it began to rearrange it. CTA Twirlers, as this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description, or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history, it is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Now you are ready to see why those 7 seconds carried such weight. Music, your action carried 3 unmistakable marks. Together, they revealed divine purity, not ordinary kindness. Marks so rare they surface in music only once in a decade among billions. First, it was spontaneous. Music, no inner debate, no pause to calculate gain or image. Need appeared and you were already moving. This reveals your true setting. Music, your kindness is not learned behavior or moral training. It is instinct. When there is no time for filters, your soul answers with generosity. Souls like this are fragile in a hardened world, which is why heaven responds with urgency. Second, it cost you something. Music, you gave while tired. You helped while lacking. You chose involvement while carrying your own weight. Your generosity did not depend on abundance. Music, it flowed the same in scarcity as in fullness. That consistency exposed authenticity so deep that even the accuser found nothing to claim. Third, it was invisible. No audience, music, no record. No. You helped and disappeared back into your life. This absence of recognition, music purified the act completely. When only the unseen is watching, the motive can only be essence. Spontaneity, sacrifice, invisibility. When these 3 aligned in 7 seconds, a decree music was released. Maximum protection activated. What is this? Purity attracts resistance music, and heaven does not leave such souls unguarded. Protection followed immediately, not symbolic, active. The guardians assigned music. Chores were not waiting to be summoned. They moved. Danger dissolved before reaching you. Words arrived exactly music when needed. Healing accelerated beyond reason. Discernment sharpened in moments that could have broken you. More than that, something rarer music was granted. Direct attention, not delayed, not music mediated. Thought reaches heaven as it forms. Pain is felt as it rises. Need is answered torshi music a torch before language shapes it. This is why doors open at the right moment. Why help appears unannounced. Why timing keeps bending in your favor. This is not chance, it is response. Because a heart that moved with such purity did not just do something music good. It revealed who it is. Air CTA 3. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary, where we discuss the Word daily, and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit Out Community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. There is something you must finally see clearly. The pain you carried, the collapses you survived, the trials that nearly emptied you, were never proof of weakness. They were evidence, sacred evidence. Pressure was applied because hey music, something powerful was hidden inside you. Fire was allowed because only fire reveals what hey music cannot be burned. You were never moving through this alone. Others, music like you exist, scattered across the world. Few in number, marked hey music by the same instinctive light. Souls whose first response is kindness, hey music, before calculation. Souls whose presence unsettles darkness, hey music without effort. You will recognize them, not by words, but by a familiar clarity, music in their eyes. A gentleness that endured what should have hardened it. A strength that did not come from becoming cruel, but from refusing to be. You were guided apart for a reason. Isolation was not abandonment. It was containment, because when beings like you begin to align consciously, something shifts. Darkness cannot operate where that frequency, music, gathers. That is why so much effort was spent trying to convince you that your kindness made you alone, that it made you foolish, that it made you weak. It never did. What comes next will feel sudden, but it has been prepared. Obstacles will loosen their grip. Paths will open without demanding that you betray who you are. Provision will arrive in forms shaped precisely for you. Shwar music, torch, not shortcuts, not corruption. Alignment. You will notice peace settling where anxiety once ruled, rest returning where vigilance stole sleep. Music, not because the world softened, but because you are no longer facing it unsupported. Understand this. You were born now, in this moment, music of history, because something is being decided. Light is not guaranteed. It must be embodied, music, and people like you are part of what prevents collapse. That is why the blows music were so personal. Why betrayal came from close range. Why injustice found you repeatedly. It was never random. Music, it was strategy, and it failed. Your survival music did more than preserve you, it preserved hope. Each time you choose kindness without calculation, you tilt scales you cannot music see. Each time you refuse to become what hurt you, something ancient responds. This is why systems are cracking, music, toward why truths surface, why what was hidden can no longer remain concealed. It is not coincidence. Toward music, it is consequence. You are not asked to be perfect. You are not asked to music to be dramatic. You are asked to remain what you are, because your existence alone carries weight. People are watching you without knowing they are. When they see that music, goodness can endure without being destroyed, they find the strength to endure one more day. This is how music worlds change. What began in 7 seconds did not end there. It marked you. It activated movement. It set things in motion that have not finished unfolding. You are not approaching music the end of something. You are standing at the threshold, and the door has music just begun to open. Holy source of all light, you who see what the music world overlooks, receive what rises now from the depths of this soul. Not words polished for display, but truth shaped by fire, music loss, and endurance. You have seen every wound, every silent choice to remain kind when bitterness offered shelter. You know the weight carried without applause, and the faith practiced without witnesses. If there is a path opening now, Trasham music, Tror steady these steps. If there is resistance ahead, strengthen resolve her music, without hardening the heart. Let discernment remain sharp, compassion remain pure, and courage a music remain awake. Guard what must not be corrupted. Preserve what has survived, hey music, every attempt to break it. Where fear once whispered retreat, let clarity now speak direction. Where exhaustion lingered, let renewal rise without striving. Align every encounter, every opportunity, every delay with the purpose already written. Not for comfort but for calling. Not for escape, but for embodiment. May this life remain a signal. May this light remain unextinguished. And may what has just begun continue to unfold. If this prayer touched your spirit, Traha music, Tror, don't keep it to yourself. Take a moment to share what this message unlocked in you. Your words may become the breakthrough someone else has been praying for. Speak your desires, write them down, declare them, and then believe. Go to the comments and take a moment to write 999 or 777, and also share your city and where you are listening from. Let this be a quiet music, but powerful declaration of faith and alignment with what heaven is unfolding. Choti Tree music, Choti Tree in your life. If you haven't already, like this message so it can reach others who harm music, are searching for hope and clarity right now. And subscribe to stay connected, hey music, not just for support, but to remain in the flow of encouragement, truth, and spiritual clarity. As we are moving toward 5,000 music subscribers, your presence helps us continue building of believers who know that faith isn't fantasy, a music it is power. This space was created for your growth, your healing, and your alignment with heaven. There are new music messages waiting for you. And you don't want to miss what God is unfolding next. Stay anchored, hey music, stay alert, stay chosen. The journey from this moment forward may not always be easy, but it will be holy. It will be purposeful. And it will be worth music it. You were born for this. Amen. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary, where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.